Retail, broadly speaking, has been on the ropes, but luxury retailer Fortner Mason has been able to buck that trend in a major way. 2016 brought a year of record sales and profit growth of more than 25% for the British retailer. That's the third year in a row that Fortner Mason has seen profits rise over a quarter. Joining me now is the company's CEO, Ewan. Ewan, tell us about your company's expansion. How have you been able to avoid kind of the retail woes that you've certainly seen here in the United States? Because this is a brand that's been around since the early 1700s.
It is. Good morning. Yeah, we've been in business since 1707. And I suppose it's two factors, really. We keep making Piccadilly more and more special. You know, it becomes an increasingly more destination store for the local market, but also for all of our international visitors. And then FortnumMason.com. Last year, we delivered to over 120 countries in the world. The United States, in fact, New York City is in fact the most important city outside of the whole of Europe for online shopping for Fortnum's customers.
But how have you done that? Because you do not have any retail branch here in the United States. So this is a brand that Americans somehow know and relate to in terms of luxury. And we have some of kind of your, this is your hamper.
Or picnic baskets, as you call them here.
Hamper. and your iconic teas as well.
Well, you know, we're such an authentic brand, you know, with all of this history. And we have an affinity with America over many, many decades. I mean, in fact, we launched an American grocery department back in the 1930s after the First World War. And we know that Jackie Kennedy was a great customer of ours. So we know that President Obama was a customer. So we know that we have lots of great fans. And with the use of the internet and social media.
That's you, too. You are incredibly connected with the Fortner Mason customer. The loyalist, if you will, via social media.
Well, it's the modern day shop floor. Why, you know, I talk to customers all the time on the floor in our shop in Piccadilly and Heathrow and St Pancras, where we've got other outlets.
Do they know they're talking to the CEO?
Well, they always feel very special when they discover it's me that's helping them select their special marmalade or their perfect tea. But the modern day world is talking to customers through social media, and I think it's a really important way of engaging the brand.
And then it's also old school books. I'm going to reach over. This is the cookbook that. How long have you just launched this?
So just launched in England in Britain just over a year ago, but here in America just in the last few weeks. It's an account of our fabulous history of Fortnum's foods, written by Tom Parker Bowles, who's
the son of Camilla Parker Bowles,
the Duchess of Cornwall.
Right. Pardon me for not using her proper title.
Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Cornwall, to be absolutely precise. And Tom's a great food writer, and so he captured the spirit, the atmosphere of some of the best dishes over the last 300 years. So we're very proud of this book, and already sales are super encouraging. And
it goes back to the tradition of which I think Americans appreciate, of the English tea and the tea sandwiches. I noticed that there's some of the traditional tea sandwich recipes that are in here.
No, completely. I mean, I think the world's lusting for authentic stories. You know, in this crazy world that we're living in, people want to know what the real deal is. So they want to learn about what's the right type of tea to have at the right time of day and what goes with it.
And tea's very in here in the United States. So you also sell champagne pops. Well, a new innovative product for summer. I want you to. You didn't bring any, I don't believe, but you please tell us about them.
I don't think they would survive, but they're essentially a very smart frozen ice lolly, and they're made with a whole glass of Fortnum's Blanc de Blanc champagne, and they've been retailing in our store in the UK and at lots of festivals and events, and people just love them.
And I wanted to, big changes in Britain in the past year, particularly in terms of the vote to exit the European Union. Any impact at all on consumer attitudes, optimism, confidence in business?
I think specifically for Fortnums, no. You know, we survived 300 years of ups and downs, so we're going to survive this one as well. And I think that what we do is there's such a deep sense of pleasure in everything that we do, that the world needs a bit of pleasure, the world needs a bit of friendship, a bit of kindness. And I think having a great cup of tea, a great English cup of tea with a biscuit, with a ginger biscuit, is one of the great pleasures in life. And so in this chaotic world, I think Fortnums is well placed.
What are the chances that you open a shop here in the New York City?
Well, never say never. You know, I think it's such a great place. This is one of the great gourmet capitals, great food capitals of the world. And we are operating through some of the Williams-Sonoma shops, both in New York and around other parts of the US. And I think eventually we'd love to have some presence here.
Ewan Venters, great to see you. Fortnum & Mason. Visit
Thank you very much.
Piccadilly.
And online.
And online, indeed. Thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
great to see you. Take care.